Good evening. It appears the man who police think killed 4 people near Wausau this week filed for divorce from his wife, who was his target. Today, the Associated Press identified the shooter as 45-year-old Ning Mai Vang. Now, police have not confirmed Vang as the suspect, but the AP cited a person close to that investigation. Documents filed in Marathon County Court show us Vang filed for divorce from his wife back in the summer of 2015. Those documents also show one of the shooting victims, Sarah San, was his wife's attorney. The divorce filings point to Vang and his wife having at least 3 minor children. Police told us yesterday the shooting string started from a domestic incident. As of their last press conference, police said they have not interviewed the suspect because he is currently being treated for gunshot wounds at an area hospital. Now, many details remain blurry about that suspected shooter, but Newswatch 12's Dakota Sherrick spent part of her day trying to learn more about him. She talked with neighbors at his apartment and has more from Marathon County tonight. Dakota, good evening.
Good evening, Lane. And I spoke with some neighbors. They're still shaken up by the events 2 days ago. However, some of the tenants who live in the same building as the suspect were finally allowed to come back today. Others still can't return until more repairs have been done. 2 neighbors who asked, we only use their first names, live in the same building as the suspect. They say Ning Mai Vang was always kind to them.
But when I seen him, he always was speaking. He smiled at me, he smiled at her. He helped us move stuff in our house, so he was a human.
The neighbor added that he thought that Vang might have just needed someone to talk to. However, the neighbor does say nothing excuses Vang's actions. And according to police, those actions seem to be brought on by domestic tension. And as Lane mentioned, Vang is in divorce proceedings with his wife. And police say that the wife was the target of his attacks, although she is unharmed. Nonetheless, the violence led lawyers and victim advocates to take notice.
Because of what happened is the reason why we do the things that we do.
Executive Director of Wisconsin Judicare, Kimberly Haas, says the shootings in Weston are an unfortunate reality for domestic disputes.
Unfortunately, this is not the first case in which we know of victims who have been injured.
Wisconsin Judicare is a program that provides legal help to those who couldn't otherwise afford it. The organization often works with victims of domestic abuse. For employees at Judicare, the shootings were personal.
Sarah was a advocate and worked with Wisconsin Judicare clients.
Sarah San was the attorney killed in Wednesday's shootings. Hawes says it's important to continue their work despite the tragedy.
We need to keep going.
Women's Community is another Marathon County program that assists domestic abuse victims. Executive Director Jane Graham Jennings says this isn't the first time innocent bystanders have been hurt by a domestic situation.
More often when we think of domestic violence, we think it's in one home or in one area, and it just simply isn't.
Jennings urges the community to change their thinking on domestic abuse.
So the thing we really need to think about and what we emphasize is domestic violence is absolutely a community problem.
Jennings says on average there are 11 domestic abuse arrests a week in Marathon County. Going forward, Hawes says Judicare will look to Sarah's example to keep up the work that they do.
We all recognize that Sarah was an amazing person, and her mission was to really help people get through those difficult times. And so we look to her as sort of an example of what we all try to do here.
Advocates remind people that violence can affect people that aren't directly involved, and this week's shootings are proof of that. Both Women's Community, which is the building I'm standing in front of here, and Judicare urge people who are suffering from domestic violence to reach out. Check WJFW.com later for more information on how to contact them. We're covering the news live in Wausau. Dakota Sherrick, Newswatch 12.
Certainly has been a tough week down in the Wausau area, but signs of hope in some regards. Dakota, thank you very much.